In the golden age of Yoruba civilization, kingdoms rose and fell, kings fought for power, warriors died for glory. But among them, one kingdom stood out, not because it was built by the sword, but because it was born from the courage of a woman. A princess of Ile-Ife, banished from her father's palace, carried destiny in her womb. From her pain and exile rose a throne of power, tradition, and resilience. This is the untold story of Ondo Kingdom and the throne of the Osemawe. The story begins in Ile-Ife, the cradle of the Yoruba people. Many centuries ago, in the royal palace of the Oni of Ife, a daughter was born. Her name was Princess Pupupu. But her life was not destined for peace. Tradition and palace politics would turn against her. Historical accounts say that Princess Pupupu fell into disfavor. Some say she was accused of disobedience, others whisper that palace jealousy conspired against her. Whatever the reason, her fate was sealed. She was banished from Ife. Alone but unbroken, the princess left the palace. With her went a loyal group of followers and, within her womb, a child whose destiny would shape the future. Her journey was long. Through forests, rivers, and farmlands, she traveled until she arrived at a fertile land surrounded by hills and streams. It was here she stopped. It was here she built a new home. That home would become Ondo Kingdom. When Princess Pupupu gave birth to a son, the people saw something extraordinary. The child, born in exile, carried an aura of greatness. The people called him Ese Omori, meaning, this child is different. Over time, those words transformed into the title we know today, Osemawe. Her son became the first Osemawe of Ondo, the royal throne that still stands to this day. From that moment, Ondo was not just a settlement. It was a kingdom rooted in sacrifice, resilience, and the vision of a woman who refused to let destiny crush her. The Osemawe was more than a king. He was the supreme authority, the political head, and the spiritual father of the Ondo people. The Osemawe sat on a throne of respect, commanding loyalty from chiefs, warriors, and the people. His court was filled with advisors, priests, and leaders who helped him govern the kingdom. Unlike many other Yoruba kingdoms, Ondo carried a strong balance of male and female power. Women were not only respected, they were given titles and positions of influence. This was part of Princess Pupupu's legacy, a kingdom where women could stand beside men in shaping society. Tradition was the heartbeat of Ondo. Every year, the Odun Oba, the king's festival, was celebrated. This was not just a day of dance and drums, it was a sacred renewal of the bond between the Osemawe and the people. Chiefs and citizens gathered to honor the throne, reaffirming their loyalty. Another great festival was the Odun Moko, a celebration of fertility, harvest, and life. With drumming that echoed through the night, masquerade that danced through the streets, and rituals that connected the people to their ancestors, the Odun Moko was a reminder that the spirit of Ondo was alive in every generation. These festivals kept the culture strong, binding the people together even through times of war and change. By the 16th and 17th centuries, the Yoruba world was buzzing with trade. Ondo was no exception. The people of Ondo traded in palm oil, ivory, and cloth. The kingdom was strategically placed, making it a key center of commerce. When the Europeans arrived, the Portuguese first, then the British, Ondo opened its gates. Missionaries came, schools were built, and trade expanded. But with the Europeans also came colonial struggles. The Osemawe throne had to balance tradition with the pressures of foreign influence. Yet through it all, Ondo remained strong. By the late 19th century, Ondo had become one of the earliest Yoruba towns to embrace Western education. This gave birth to leaders, teachers, and professionals who would later shape Nigeria itself. Despite wars, colonialism, and modern politics, the Osemawe throne has never fallen. Each Osemawe, from the first child of Princess Pupupu to the kings of today, has carried the weight of history. The palace of the Osemawe remains a sacred ground. Its walls whisper with the voices of ancestors. Its festivals still thunder with drums that connect the living to the dead. Even in modern Nigeria, the Osemawe is not just a cultural figurehead. He is a custodian of identity, a bridge between past and present. At the heart of Ondo's story is still Princess Pupupu. Think of her courage, a young woman, cast out from the palace of her birth, wandering into the unknown with nothing but faith. She could have given up. She could have vanished into history, forgotten forever. Instead, she built. She gave birth. She founded a throne that still stands centuries later. Her story is a reminder that sometimes greatness is born not in comfort, but in exile. Not in favor, but in rejection. Today, Ondo Kingdom is a blend of ancient tradition and modern life. The Osemawe still presides over the kingdom, respected not only in Yorubaland but across Nigeria. Ondo remains a land of festivals, trade, education, and deep culture. And in every celebration, in every drumbeat, the legacy of Princess Pupupu still lives. The story of Ondo Kingdom is not just the story of a throne. It is the story of resilience. It is the story of a woman who turned exile into empire, and of a people who built a culture that endures through the ages. From the palace of Ife to the hills of Ondo, from banishment to glory, the voice of Princess Pupupu still echoes. Destiny cannot be silenced. And as long as the Osemawe sits on his throne, Ondo Kingdom will forever remind us that even in rejection, greatness can rise.